Hello, my spooky friends. It is Stacy. Welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. I do special effects makeup on a budget, helping you save time and money while having fun. Today's look is the Bride of Frankenstein. She was supposed to be the counterpart right after I did Frankenstein's monster, and if you want to see that tutorial, it's linked below. But it's been a while since I've been able to sit down and film. I still got some things going on in the background, like the probate for Papa Bear's estate. That's still going on, so I still don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to do this look because June marks a year that Henry has been gone. You guys seen him in my videos. You know that I will forever love that sweet, sweet boy. And he used to really enjoy when I wore wigs. He just thought it was silly, and he would just get funny. And so this is for him, in honor of him, because he liked wigs, and the Bride of Frankenstein is so iconic. Other than the iconic wig look and the eyebrows, there's not a whole lot to this look, but I wanted to give a counterpart to, having the Frankenstein's monster. And from now for an entire year, that's what I want to do. I want to go back through my videos and give a counterpart to the looks I've already done, because I want couples and friends to be able to go and theme together. And so I thought that would help me ease back into everything, and I hope you'll join me. So let's just get back into the makeup. That's what it is. A little rusty, but we'll get through it. Alright, welcome everyone. I'm keeping to the original look in the 1935 movie, so I'm placing the actual marks for the stitches, which go past the ear onto the chin, up under the ear, and down on to the neck. Now, I will be going through an eyebrow blocking as I go, but if you need a full tutorial on that, it will be linked below. And what I intended to do was go in with my rigid collodion and make that scar look deep and a little bit more real, and I found out very quickly that the entire bottle had dried up. I only got to use it once, so that was disappointing. So start over, do-overs. We do that a lot here on the channel. So I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. It's several shades lighter than my skin. I find that that look is a little bit easier to obtain, and it doesn't flake like white paint and water paints and grease paint. So I chose to do that. That's up to you if you want to use white or you want to go in with a lighter foundation. And I'm just doing a little bit of contour here. It's a bad habit for me. You don't need it for this look, because in the movie, the Bride of Frankenstein doesn't have any of that, nor did the actress, wear a lot of contoured makeup. It was in 1935, so that's just a decision, if you want to do that. And I'm going back in over with a waterliner. Now, these are from Gavisi Beauty, and I will link every product that I have below so that you can get to it. These are really good products and really good on a budget. So what I do is with my liner, I go back in. You can use the eyeliner pencil, a liquid liner, but this is water in case I make mistakes. I could clean it up easy over the makeup. So going in and putting those stitches in, I'm going to start running through this a little bit faster, but it's just crisscross hatch. I was expecting to use that rigid collodion, but I am actually now having to paint it freehand, and I have a hand that I fell on because I fell in front of a store, and I fell right on it, almost broke it. So I thought, hey, let's just go with it. A mad scientist that brings people back from the dead probably isn't worried about too much precision. So don't fret about it. Just go with it. Put you in some slash hash marks and a little dot on each end of the mark to kind of make it look like it's embedded to the skin a little bit. Normally I use a dotting tool, but I had to force myself. I grabbed some brushes and I just got back in the ring. I've missed you guys, and I just wanted to be sure that I got this look done and off my table, and I wanted to enjoy myself and not fret over every little thing. Now in the makeup, the actress that plays the bride, she doesn't have a whole lot of eye makeup, so I just left it to eyeliner up underneath. Now these are eyebrow stencils that I got from Shop Miss A. They were about $1 because the brows that were created by the artist that did her makeup have them at the very beginning going out to the tail at an angle, but also it is very square. So in order to keep that very square, I just went through with some eyeshadow and tapped that in over that stencil, kept it square, and I was able to move on and forget about that part and just take another liner. This is a liquid liner from Shop Miss A, and I just went through with the bottom and created the line, and then I went and put hash marks up over gently just above the eyebrows that I have to get that iconic eyebrow look for you guys. And also, I haven't done a voiceover in a while, so this is going to be a struggle win all day long. Going in with my white liner, this is also from Gavisi. It's a water liner, and I'm going over those stitches to highlight them toward the center around the hatch where they meet. This is going to give it a little bit more depth and a little bit more pop because this is a black and white color, so it's a black and white look. But if you want to make your stitches bloody, that's great. I'm going to revisit several different looks, and I have several different ways that I do stitching, so it's up to you, but I think it's pretty cool. I am curling my lashes, and I'm using the Glam Light Kiss mascara and some eyelashes that I got from a sponsor. This is just to cover up the brown, and I'm going in, and I also have a eyelash tutorial about how to use them, how to get them for your shape, how to take care of them so you can get longer use out of them. And what I like to do is go in with a brush to put my glue on, or a glue brush. The Duo is a very good product, and what I like to do is place that into the center. I go on the outside and move that into the outer corner, and then go into the inner corner. But the tutorial for False Lashes 101 is listed below in case you need some help. It's not easy, but some practice, and you'll be a pro. Since I'm having to contour the lips a little bit more in the Cupid's bow area, I am using a primer for my lips. This comes from ColourPop, and this will keep that stopping that bleed when you actually have to outline the lips. And in order to get that soft Cupid's bow, you want to go from the inner corner or the outside corner of your lip over to the bow and carry it up and around. That will make it smooth instead of going from the top of the bow and going down. You see how smooth hers is in this photo. So I'm just trying to mimic that the best I can, and I am just using a black eyeliner for this. And like I said, go in from the outer corner of the top lip to the bow and do that on each side, and then just contour the shape that you need. Our lips are not that different. Her bottom lip is more full than mine, but I just went in and outlined, and then my favorite go-to black lipstick with the primer is Maybelline's Super Stay Matte Ink. Now, if you want a lipstick that will go through the parties and stay eating and drinking, that's the one to pick up. But here's the final look. I know it's kind of weird that it's in color, but I just wanted you guys to see what it looked like without it being black and white like in the very beginning. And this wig comes from Spirit Halloween, and the combs in it, I knew it had combs in it to secure it from the front, but for some reason I forgot that when I put it on. But that's just the way it goes. So don't forget to make that mistake if you pick the wig up. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun being back, and I will see you next time. Bye.